Good morning children and welcome to online teaching session. Today I am going to teach chapter 1, some basic concepts of chemistry. This is the first chapter. You know, chemistry deals with composition of compounds, structures of compounds, and the preparation. So it deals with structures of compounds, preparation of compounds, and composition of compounds. So in all these, means in the case of structures of compounds, right, how those compounds are prepared and what do those compounds contain in them, that refers to composition. So these are related to main structures of compounds, right, the compositions of the compounds, and all these are related to atoms and molecules. That means chemistry is related to atoms and molecules. Children, we cannot see atoms as well as molecules. Then why should we know about atoms and molecules? That is the question. The reason is, here atoms and molecules, they are there everywhere, irrespective of the physical state of the material. These particles are there everywhere. Therefore, it is very important to know about these particles also. Since chemistry is related to atoms and molecules, therefore chemistry can be called as science of atoms and molecules. So it can be called as science of atoms and molecules. So chemistry is nothing but science of atoms and molecules. Right, children? Now let us see the importance of chemistry. Importance of chemistry. Where it plays its role and why is chemistry very important? Let us see the reasons. The principles of chemistry are used in weather patterns, in knowing the weather patterns. So principles of chemistry are used. Number one, in knowing weather patterns. Right? Next, principles of chemistry are also used in knowing the functioning of our brain. Means in our brain, so many chemical reactions take place depending on the situation. So, second application or role is principles of chemistry are used in knowing the functioning of our brain. Next, chemistry plays important role in production of the materials. For example, cement is an important material used during construction of dams. Example, okay, construction of dams or any building, etc. So there the principle of chemistry is used in production of the materials like cement. So principles of chemistry are used in production of materials. Example, cement. Cement is one important material that is used in construction. That is one example. It is also used in making of materials like fertilizers, acids, alkalis, salts, etc. Back to that. Here important of fertilizer is to increase the fertility of the soil so that farmer can get very good yield. And here these fertilizers are made using the principles of chemistry. It refers to in what proportion which element or compound should be there in that fertilizer. That is the point. Next, principles of chemistry are also used in making of medicines. Now, what are those medicine? Let us see some examples like AZT. Its full form is azido thymidine. And another compound is, or another medicine is cisplatin. Right. So both are compounds only, but they have medicinal values. AZT, azithromycin. This gives relief to the AIDS patients. So AZT gives relief to AIDS patients. And cisplatin, this is another compound which has medicinal value, and this cisplatin is used in controlling or is used in treatment of cancer. And there are many substances like sanitizer. Nowadays this term has become popular. This sanitizer consists of rubbing alcohol. Rubbing alcohol means isopropyl alcohol. To that, hydrogen peroxide and water are added in a particular proportion so that it can kill the virus. COVID-19, in seconds it can kill. For smell or good aroma or odor purpose, if we want, we can add the substance. So mainly sanitizer consists of isopropyl alcohol and it is nothing but rubbing alcohol. Second compound, hydrogen peroxide. Third compound, water. These are mixed in a particular proportion so that you can get the the property of killing the virus or property of killing the outer layer of COVID-19, which is lipid in nature. That layer can be ruptured in seconds by this sanitizer. So sanitizer is prepared using the principle of chemistry. Right? So these are some of the uses. Now we will move to that part where chemistry plays important role in our life. Right? Because of the advancement in the technology, chemistry is used in such a way to meet the need for our food, our health care, etc. So, chemistry or principles of chemistry also meets the need for food, because with increase in the population, the quantum of food required also increases. Therefore, the principles of chemistry are used in producing more and more materials so that it can meet our need. Next, it takes care of our health. So it plays important role in our health care process. Right. So these are some of the areas where principles of chemistry plays important role. Here, if you want, you can add some more points like greenhouse gases. We know the ill effects of greenhouse gases. Ill effect of greenhouse gases. Example for greenhouse gases: methane, right, and carbon dioxide. These are called greenhouse gases, and we know their ill effects when their quantities crosses the beyond the limit, particular limit. And here, management of these gases is possible. Management of greenhouse gases is possible by the principles of chemistry. So here, chemistry manages or controls the quantum of methane and carbon dioxide existing in the atmosphere. So, principles of chemistry manages the quantities of these gases so that the ill effects of these greenhouse gases can come down. That's about importance of chemistry. Now let me move to the other topic, that is matter. What is matter and what are the different types of matter existing in the nature, let us see. So matter can be anything irrespective of its state. Matter can be anything which occupies space, exerts pressure, and felt by any one of our sense organs. Means we should be in a position to see the matter, or our sense organ like skin, nose should feel. Right? Then we call it as matter. So matter means it can be anything that occupies space, exerts pressure, and felt by any one of our sense organs. Is known as matter. This is the complete definition of matter. Right. Now let us see some examples. This marker pen is matter. Right? Examples. Marker pen. Because if I keep this marker pen on the table anyway, it occupies space. Since this marker pen has particular weight, so it exerts pressure. So 2 points are satisfied. Marker pen occupies space, it exerts pressure because it has particular amount of mass, and it is seen by our eyes. Eyes are nothing but the sense organs. So all the 3 points, space, exerting pressure, and felt by any one of our sense organs, all these 3 points are satisfied. Therefore, marker pen can be called as matter. Now let us see example, that is A. It is also matter. Right? In summer season, we feel hot because atmosphere is hot or air is hot. Right? Our skin feels. Therefore, here skin is our sense organ. One point. Second point. If you take any gaseous substance, right, that occupies space. How much space it occupies, it depends on the container, that is size of the container or volume of the container in which that gaseous substance or mixture of gases like air is taken. Right? Because in the case of air, particles lie far away from each other. So small amount of air can occupy large amount of space. Next, air also exerts pressure. So all the points are satisfied by air. So air can be called as matter. Next, water. It is also matter, right? Like marker pen, air, water can also be called as matter because it occupies space. And water has mass, therefore it exerts pressure. And our skin can feel water. So skin is nothing but sense organ. So that way, marker pen, air, water, book, water bottle, laptop, etc. are examples for matter. Here I have taken these three substances because keeping the physical states of the matter in the mind. So marker pen, solid matter, air, gaseous matter, water, liquid matter. So that's about the concept of matter and examples for matter. Yes children, now we are moving to the topic that is states of matter. Yes, states of matter means physical states of matter. Matter exists mainly in three different states, namely solid state, liquid state, and then gaseous state. These are the three different states of matter. Mainly let us see the differences between these three. In solid state, particles are tightly packed. So, no free movement. Of particles. Whereas in the case of liquid state, particles move around. Whereas in gaseous state, particles move fast. Fast movement of particles in all the available directions. This is first difference. And second difference is in solid state. We can see the shape and the space occupied by the solids. So, solid, in the case of solid state, solid matter will have definite shape and volume. Whereas in the case of liquid matter, they don't have any shape, but they will have specific volume. Like if you pour any liquid substance, kerosene, petrol, water in any container, that liquid matter will take the shape of that container, but volume of that liquid will remain constant. So here we can write no definite shape but have definite volume. Now if we move to gaseous state, here small amount of gas can be filled in large volume of the container, like huge amount of LPG is filled in small cylinder. That is the best example. So here gaseous matter doesn't have definite shape, no definite shape, and volume. Huge amount of gas can be filled in small container, or small amount of gas can be filled in a very big container. So this is about the states of matter. Now we will move to the other topic. Before that, let us see the question, how the question can be designed and how the marks are distributed. If you are asked to write the differences between solid, liquid and gaseous matter for 2 marks, then you need to write these 2 differences. Each difference carries 1 mark. That is marking scheme. That is how the marks are distributed. Now we are moving to classification of matter. Classification of matter. Concept of matter is clear to you, and it is mainly divided into 2 types. Matter is mainly divided into 2 types. What are those 2 different types of matter? Let us see. One is mixer, the other one is pure materials or pure substances. And here mixer is again divided into 2 types. What are those 2 types of mixers? Let us see. First type is homogeneous mixer, and second type is heterogeneous mixer. Next, pure substances or pure materials, if you take, and these are divided into 2 types. They are elements next compounds. Now let us see about these. Mixer. Mixer consists of 2 or more than 2 substances in it, and their proportion may be constant or may not be constant, and that mixer might be having all the components mixed equally in such a way that the components of that mixer cannot be seen by us, or cannot be felt by us, or can be felt by us, or can be seen by us. Based on this, we have 2 types of mixers. They are homogeneous mixer and heterogeneous mixer. Homo means similar. Now let us see example for homogeneous mixer. In this mixer, the components cannot be seen separately. So best example for this is tea solution. Tea solution has tea leaves, milk, sugar. These are the important components. Some families do not like the smell of the meat, they add water. If water is added, then number of components will become 4. So once that mixture is boiled and filtered, the clear filtrate which we get is said to be tea solution. And in that tea solution, we cannot see the components, right? Because all the components are equally distributed. Number 2, when the tea is taken in a container, in a cup, and when we take 1 drop of that tea solution from anywhere throughout the bulk of the tea, it will give a particular taste. Again, if we take 1 more drop of tea solution from the bulk of the tea, anywhere from the entire bulk of the tea, that will also give equal sweet taste. That means in that tea solution, all the components are equally distributed and we cannot see the components. That is why that mixture is said to be homogeneous mixture. Homo means similar, because it has similar quality, that is taste. And if we move to heterogeneous mixture, hetero means different. Example for this is sugar plus salt. Right? If we dissolve sugar and salt in water, and if we take in a container and if we taste, it will not give only sweet taste, at the same time it will not give the salt taste. So tastes of both will be there. We can feel with the help of our tongue. Right? So that's why it is said to be heterogeneous mixture. Hetero means different. So different qualities of these substances can be felt. Taste of sugar, taste of salt. These two can be felt separately. That's why it is said to be heterogeneous mixture. Now, if we move to pure substances. Pure substances are those which contain same type of particles in them. Those particles can be of same material or the different materials involved in its existence. So based on this, we have 2 classes. One is elements, second one is compounds. Now what are called elements? Elements are those substances which are made up of atoms of same type. Best example for this is gold. Symbol AU. Right? Silver, zirconium, Zd, zinc, calcium, lead, and so on. These are all elements because they are made up of atoms of their own type. Like if you take 24 karat gold, it will have only gold atoms in it. Atoms of other element will not be seen in pure gold. That's why it is said to be element. Next, if we move to second class of pure substance, second type of pure substance, that is compound. It is made up of more than one element. More than one element means there can be 2 elements, 3 elements, even 4 elements also. Right? Best example for this is water, glucose C6H12O6, right? Nitric acid HNO3, carbon dioxide CO2, carbon monoxide CO, right? Potassium permanganate KMNO4. All these are compounds, right? In this compound, all the elements are combined chemically in a specific ratio. And the notable property of compounds is the property of the compound is entirely different from the properties of the elements present in it. For example, see, hydrogen and oxygen are involved in preparation of water. Right? Here, properties of hydrogen and oxygen elements are entirely different from the properties of water. If you take hydrogen, it undergoes combustion, right, with pop sound. Whereas oxygen is supporter of burning or supporter of combustion. combustion, whereas water is used for extinguishing the fire. The fire extinguisher. So properties of the reactants and properties of the compound, no way they have any relation, right? So that's about the compounds. Once again children, matter is divided into mainly two types, mixer and pure substances. Mixer is divided into two types, homogeneous and heterogeneous mixer, and the pure substances, they are divided into two types, elements and compounds. That is about division of matter or classification of matter. Thank you children.